Hi everyone, welcome to my YouTube channel. To my new subbies, guys, welcome to the family. And to my returning subscribers, welcome back, guys. I appreciate your support. And for those who don't know me, I am Tsiamo Mahape. If you're coming across this channel for the first time, do not forget to subscribe, guys. Let's delve right into it, guys. So this video, I will be taking you through my journey of finding out how I was pregnant with less than a year-old toddler. And wow, how it happened, my reaction towards it, obviously it was not planned. Let me put it out there, it was not planned, but it happened and we move on, guys. Take what you take, you change what you can change. If you can't, just you take it as it is. So anyway, I gave birth to my third child on the 25th of January 2022. So I was pregnant 2021, and January the following year I gave birth, being 2022. And then after giving birth, you go home obviously and you heal, and then you have like a checkup after 6 weeks to see if everything has went into place and you're healing well. And then obviously you and your gyna will delve into contraceptive methods that you would like to use. So the contraceptive that I went for was the injection. And honestly speaking, the reason I opted for that is because I wanted my periods to stop. I hate, honestly speaking, I hate that time of the month that each and every woman goes through. I just hate that time of the month. So I've heard from many women saying the injection has stopped their periods. So I was like, yep, I'm going for that. My gyna suggested an IUD, being the loop. I had it before my third child. There was nothing wrong with the IUD, guys. In terms of preventing pregnancy, for me, it was effective. But my issues were the heavy menstrual cycle that I will have. So I had very heavy periods when I was on the IUD. So I was using the copper one. So I had it removed, and that's when I conceived my third child. So I didn't want to go through that again. And like I said, I wanted my periods to stop. So the IUD never stopped my periods. Instead, I had heavier periods. So I told my doctor that no, I'll go for the injection instead. And then he didn't have a problem with that. He did not have the injection with him, so he sent me to a GP to get one, and I did exactly that. So I was on the injection for a few months, but for me, guys, my periods didn't stop. So it didn't work as I had expected. So I was on my periods the first month, the whole month. I remember calling the doctor. I'm like, well, I've been on my periods for the whole month. Is this normal? I'm thinking this happened as soon as I got the injection. And the doctor was like, give it some time. It will get you. It will get into your system and you'll get used to it and your body will respond well. Okay, I did exactly that. So I waited, but still my periods were not going away, and I struggled with headaches as well, along with the periods. So after that, I visited my doctor, and then he suggested oh my word, what do the one that they put the implant on, the one that they put on the hand. So he said they insert it on the arm. So it was like, I can get the implant on for you. It's 3 years. We insert it on the arm. And I was like, oh, okay. No problem, because I was tired of the headaches I was experiencing and the periods. I was just exhausted. So he didn't have the implant on with him. So he ordered it for me. And then in the meantime, he suggested patches. So there I was. I then started using the patch. Guys, I'm carrying a patch, baby. So the day that the reception lady called me from the doctor to inform me that my Implanon has arrived, and the doctor is saying I can come in anytime to have it inserted. I think she called during the week. Yeah, it was during either a Wednesday, Thursday, around there. And I was like, no, I'll come in on a Saturday. So I set an appointment for that Saturday. I went in to the doctor, obviously to insert the Implanon as I had planned, as we had planned and communicated on the phone as well. When I got to the doctor, he started asking me questions of how the patch was treating me, any issues with headaches. I didn't have any periods. I did go on my period once when I was on the patch. And then I told him, oh, yeah, I went once on my period as it was supposed to happen. And then I went back and used it as you had prescribed. So far, it works well. But it keeps me a bit anxious because I don't know, it was just, yeah, changing the whole patch and whatever. It was just, yeah, I didn't see myself using it for a longer period of time, having to remember when to replace it and whatnot. But it's not a bad contraceptive. Anyway, so I then said, oh, okay. And then he was like, okay, no problem. Can you urinate in this cup? So I went in the toilet, urinated in the cup, and he said I should leave it in there. So he went inside the toilet, and when he came out, he was like, can you lie on the bed? And like, honestly speaking, guys, I was not really paying attention. For me, I was like, I just need this over and done with. And I'm one person who hates needles, and it was the first time I would have this Implanon inserted. So I wasn't sure if it's gonna be painful or what, because I remember asking him, I was like, is it gonna be painful? And he was like, no, it's not painful. And in my head then I was like, how does he know? Because he's a man. Like, you've never had it inserted, so how then do you say it's not painful? So I was like, okay, I need to prep myself for the pain. So I was trying to distract myself as much as I can. So when he came out, he was like, can you lie on the bed? So I went on and I laid on the bed. And so I laid on the bed. Still again, I'm not paying attention. In my head now, I'm like, okay, let me just lay there and close my eyes, and it will be over and done with very soon now. Okay, no problem. And then he goes like, can you pull your t-shirt up? So then I'm like, now I'm starting to pay attention. I'm like, pull my t-shirt up for what? I mean, and then I'm like, did you not say we inserted on the arm? And then he's like, yeah, I just need to verify something. Okay, put my t-shirt up, pulls out the scan, checks me there. And then he was like, ma'am, can you please pay attention now? Pay attention. I look up at him. And he's like, can you look here? And then I looked at the screen. My head, I was not thinking pregnancy, guys, at all. Like, nowhere in my head was I sitting down and I'm like, I might be pregnant. Like, pregnancy was something that is not in my head. I'm not thinking pregnancy. Okay, so I looked and was like, okay. And he was like, this is a well-defined pregnancy. I actually wanted to verify that you are indeed pregnant and the pregnancy is well defined and it's not an ectopic pregnancy. Guys, my world. I, I felt for a moment, I felt misplaced. I felt like he's not talking to me. I felt like this is not happening, like it was just not happening. So I was confused. And then he printed out the scan and he was like, you're 2 weeks pregnant. He printed it out and was like, yeah, you can cover up. Please join me on the desk. Guys, when I sat down, like, believe you me when I say I lost my mind. So when I sat down there on the chair with him, I was like, are you not going to insert the implant on? He looked at me like, like I've lost it. And he was like, well, we obviously can insert it now. Now we are here, you are pregnant. And I was like, I can't be pregnant. And he's like, I know, it happens. And it's like nothing is 100%. So yeah, we are here now. And guys, I was so confused. So he was like, I'm gonna give you time to go and decide how you want to move forward with the pregnancy. But anything that you decide, do not be shy to come back and talk to me about it. I will also give you advice and refer you to the best medical facilities that I know of. I'm alone at that time. My partner is not there with me. Remember, I went in just to insert the implant on. So I stood up, I had nothing to say further. So I stood up and then he was like, are you don't want this, referring to the scan peak. And I was like, you can keep it. Then he was like, he's gonna keep it in the file for me. He's gonna keep it in the file for me. So I stood up, guys, and I left. It came as a shock. My daughter is not even a year old now, guys, as we speak. So it was a real shock. I do not know anyone in my family who has had close pregnancies like this. I did not feel pregnant. Obviously, it was too early. It was detected at 2 weeks, the pregnancy. Currently, I'm in my second trimester. Things have been good. Decided that, you know what, to whom much is given, much is required. And it happened. It was unplanned, yes, but we decided to continue with the pregnancy and we're hoping for the best from it. And I know that if God wanted this child to be, this child will be. And I'm resting all in God's hands, honestly speaking. But obviously, as a mother, I will prepare, I will love this child as much as I love my children. I already love the kid. My first trimester, guys, I had the easiest, no morning sicknesses. I just felt tired. Yes, I felt very, very exhausted for some time. But in terms of nausea, vomiting, I didn't have. But with my third pregnancy, being with that of my daughter, I had morning sicknesses. My morning sickness was so extreme to a point that the doctor had to prescribe something to ease the vomiting. And at some point he was like, if it doesn't stop, you'll have to come in the hospital, not doctor, sorry. You'll have to come in the hospital to have a drip inserted because we can't afford you being dehydrated. So, but this time around, it's a bit smoother. obviously I picked up on the energy in the going into the second trimester. You get to have energy, it gets easier. By third trimester is something else. And it's pretty hot, guys. It's really hot. But 3 of my pregnancies, I've had most of the pregnancy during summer periods. Like, I have 2 kids that I gave birth to in January. So most of my pregnancy was during the summer season. With my firstborn, it was the easiest because most of the pregnancy period and when I was heavy, it was during winter period. So advice, if you're sitting down and you're planning for a child, plan your pregnancies during winter. It's the best. It's easier because it's not hot. Like now, pregnancy plus heat is just, and I know you're most probably sitting down and like, you want to wear summer dresses, but you do not want to experience the heat. That's all I will say. So guys, thank you for watching. This is my story, and this is a story that I still have to go on with and enjoy in the meantime and feel blessed in it. Like I said, to whom much is given, much is required out of them. And it took time to wrap my head around the pregnancy. It took time to accept it. It just took time. It's not easy. I'm human, guys. Like any other, I'm human. It was just a shock. It was really a shock. And I even took time to tell my husband about it. But obviously I think he started suspecting because he kept on asking me, when is your period starting? When is your period starting? Da 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 da. Why am I not seeing the patch anymore? Where did they insert this and that? Because I remember I told him that Saturday that I'll be going in the doctor and they're going to insert the implant and it goes in on the arm. So he was busy asking where did they put it, because I had no scar, nothing. So obviously I ended up telling him, and and I kept quiet, guys. He kept quiet that day. He was just quiet. And then he asked me how it happened. Did I not get mad at him? Did I not just lose it on him? Like, as soon as he was like, how did it happen? I was like, mister, how did it happen? Are you crazy? Anyway, thank you guys for watching until now, and I hope that you enjoyed the video and you will go through on this lovely journey with me, guys, until my next upload.